How you doing? Now, Geezer, today I am a minute late, so my bad. Hey, David. Hi, Watch Habit. How you guys doing? Uh, uh, Man, I tell you, I got up, I got up really earlier this morning. Uh, what happened the other day? I put up one of those motion lights. Something, some critter out in the back uh kicked it, and so boom, all of a sudden we got this light coming in our room. Like it looked like when they have a prison scene and a searchlight goes on. Well, it works anyway. So I've been up early, but I thought, okay, well, I got this done in a second. I can't believe how much stuff I got to do. Hi there, Kevin. How you doing? JB. uh Adam, hi. Oh boy. Well, today I guess Connecticut is the last state to open, which means there's going to be some more limited stuff, which is, I hope guys, especially who have to go in for a job, are able to do it okay, safely, of course. All right. Dominic, how are you? Mark, hey, Mark, man, I thought I got up early. I know Mark's got up early. Gee whiz. Hey, Tennessee, you're up pretty early too. Well, bunch of stuff has happened since yesterday. Um, I don't know where I was on this thing. Some of you guys saw it in the afternoon, but there's more to it. All right. I finally got the lugs on this. Okay, put the lugs on, and that was a matter of this is what the lugs look like. And then right here, there's a little screw. You put them in here like this, and then you screw it in. And then you tear your hair out because you can't get the strap on. And then you can't find one wide enough. So anyway, so this is where I am right now. This is sort of like my wait and see watch. Now, the reason I got this giant size case that you could probably put Big Ben in was so that I have a California dial here, and I thought, well, I'll get my California dial in it. And so I got it off. By the way, I used Rotico putty to get this thing off. I'm waiting for one of those sticky balls that you put on top and you twist it off. This is like one of the better. I mean, I don't the back. I'm going to be leaving this back on once I get this thing put together. Anyway, this little one, I mean, it's supposed to fit in there like that. With this is another dial that I had. I just wanted to see if I was going nuts or not. And the thing was that this guy wouldn't fit, and this is a huge thing. I don't know what the heck to do now. So it's like it's been one thing after another, and it's weird in a fun way, I guess, or fun in a weird way. So I thought, well, what I'll do is that I'll shape it down. I'll make my dial thinner, and so the plan was to take this, put it into a rotary tool, and then just shave the edges. Now there's a problem of chipping the black paint and God knows what else on there. And I thought, well, I could practice on these because these blank ones are the same size, and you can't hurt them, but you want a nice even one. So I was looking to buy a rotary tool, and I found I had one. I had a really good one, a little older. It's by Craftsman, and I got the box down, and I found all of my rotary tool elements, and I had everything I needed. And what happened? I couldn't find a charger, so I got to go out and this is our theme yesterday afternoon was it's always something, and geez, with this it's really been something. Let me give you an update. I finally heard from uh, these guys from, oh, see, I had a bunch of their stuff out. I finally heard from these guys from, I better put this up here, from Joran Verks, Dresden. And I probably said that wrong too, but I don't care. All right. Now, they sent me something and I want to share it with everybody. They sent me a PDF file with the specs on what they call UWD 33.1-2. Now, that's still the one with the small seconds. Let me see. I'll label this one UWD 31.x. Okay, so this would be essentially what it looked like, and I think that this one is their least expensive one. I don't think if maybe they give you a gold one if we ask them for it. I don't know, and I think the gold would be gold plated or gold frosted. I'm not sure what they do with it. Anyway, so they contacted me. Now, here's what happened. I had asked them, fortunately, I'd asked them for the 33.2. Well, apparently 33.1-2 is some kind of modification that they put in the original one that Marco Lang did. And I hope they didn't modify it too much because it was, it's just this beautiful movement that they had done. And here's a better shot of it right here, and this has the bell-shaped bridges and all kinds of neat stuff like that. Well, anyway, and it's hand wound. Man, I need coffee in the worst way. Okay. Oh, where are my manners? Let's see. Thomas, how are you? Arthur G, how are you? Let's see what's going on. Level 1, how are you? And okay, all right, got everything cut up now. And so I have that PDF file, and what I'll do is I'll put it on our FB page. The what's that called? I can't think straight. I need my coffee. High Horology Lounge. I'll put it there. I put a big announcement, and you can download it. It may already be there and someplace else. If you don't have a Facebook page, and I know a lot of you don't, and there's good reason not to have Facebook. Just send me an email, and I'll email it to you. Okay. Or if you prefer to get it from email, but I'll put it up there. But here's the thing: it turns out, since I asked him about 33.2, apparently he understood that very clearly, and then he says it's going to be available in October. And there was some little thing down there that says, "Oh, if you want to see our new 33.2." They're having some kind of open house or something. So if you live near Dresden at all and you want to go to that, check out the UWD manufacturer, whatever they call themselves. I'll send you the link as soon as we finish here. Okay, so that's it. That's the good news in this respect, is that we're not sort of at some kind of crossroad where we have to make up our mind and today or tomorrow. Give us a little more time. I'm still haven't heard back from Agenor. By the way, the reason I hadn't heard from UWD was that from their business site, if I sent a thing into their little automatic thing, and they said that my email wouldn't take it. It rejected everything from Wang and Heim. I don't know why, because anyway. So that didn't work. but some guy, I guess, dug it up or something, or kept getting it kicked back to him. And finally, what he did, he just sent me one from his personal email, and so I'm back communicating with him, and I asked him about what we needed to know about the width. The width of the current one, I think, is 4.4 millimeters. And I said, well, if it's going to be center seconds, it may be a little thicker. So could you let me know? And or do you have a PDF file with all of the specs on a PDF file? And so we'll find out about that. So, things. This is a project that can get done. But man, I tell you, you talk about a rocky road. Something else too. This is something just for sort of, maybe. Last week, I think it was last week. I'm losing all track of time. These guys from Turkey had developed this an enamel dial, not dial, but glass for the glass on the front, or the crystal, and the back. I said, how could you do this? And so I ended up on I think it was Zoom. We had a Zoom talk there were 4 guys in Turkey, and they had developed some kind of compound, so you could have an enamel, and you could have it different colors and stuff. But then I thought, maybe we could they could see what they could do with this as far as dials. I got to call this guy up the road, which I'd prefer doing, because we can have somebody who we can get our hands on. All right. So what's going on with you guys? Hi, Thomas. Not so bad, thanks. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, how do you become a member of High Horology Lounge? It's a Facebook page, Geezer. All you got to do is go to put in High Horology Lounge in Facebook, and it'll take you there. And then you ask to be, to get in, and we'll say, "Oh, it's Geezer." Absolutely not. No, it's not hard. We do kick out creeps. We get everything from religious crazies who want to have a sermon to you name it. I mean, I'm sure all Facebook pages have those kinds of things, but if you're reasonably honest and you're interested in watches, we have a lot of fun. Hey there, Stefan, how you doing? Where were you yesterday? We needed you. Yeah. Hey, Watch Habit, you're right. You're right about the journey. Once we get this watch done, if there's nothing left to do, but we have to wear it. By the way, this is the 3rd day I'm taking it literally my 7-day wind on my Moser, and man, I tell you, that thing's been really accurate. Hey, Sean, how you doing? Dwayne, how are you? Yeah, Blade, that's what we had to change to the High Theology Forum or Lounge. No, hey, wait a minute. Geezer, if I said High Horology Lounge, I meant High Horology Forum. Lounge. I meant lounge. I didn't mean forum. Yeah, High Horology Lounge. I had this old one, but it got crapped up so badly, I just shut it down. And so, yeah, the High Horology Lounge is where we hang out. Yeah, Bruce. We don't take attendance. We always miss you, though. Yeah, you and Stefan took a powder yesterday. Man, I tell you. Oh. Anyway, well, so that's where we are. I'm just going ahead and seeing if I can get something in this thing, and see if I can find a charger for my like little Dremel like tool, and just keep working on something. I think I'll give that guy. I'll contact the guy who's the enamel guy here and see what's up with that too. Oh, so what's new with you guys? Anything going on? Oh, did UWD quote a price on that movement? Well, they sent me the price list, Kevin, and it's like $4,000, 3,800 euro, and I have no reason to believe that that would be any different for the 33.2. Coffee. I found it amazing. Did you get any response from Harboring? No, maybe I better contact them again, or maybe that's my stupid email. God, I tell you, why in the world? Now let me check. Maybe I see if I got anything since. Excuse me. No. I haven't heard from Harboring. I'll contact them again about the A11. I don't. They had the write-up about how they sort of started with the 7750, I think, and then they did all of this other kind of stuff and worked out pretty well. Hey, Geezer, did you get were you able to find a High Horology forum okay? If you have, let me check, I'll see. 1 second, we're gonna get old. Where'd it go? Okay, everything is. Oh, you don't have Facebook, Geezer? Don't worry about it. If man, I tell you, there's a lot of people don't have it, and for good reasons. And if you feel uncomfortable about it, I don't want anyone getting tied up. I mean, for example, I get all of these friend requests on Facebook, and I have to ignore them because I got hacked at one time. And then people who are on my friends list started getting all of this crap that supposedly was from me, and it wasn't. And so I just cut all of that off. It's just sort of a weird place, and the people at Facebook, on the one hand, it's great. On the other hand, it's a pain in the neck. YouTube is the reason I like YouTube so much is that I worked on back around 2000. I was working on the technology that they had, and we kept running into a problem of having enough bandwidth for this. And there were certain things that you needed that were hardware devices and all kinds of stuff. And the fact that YouTube provides it for us at no cost, I just think is fantastic because you had about, I forgot what it was. It was a fairly expensive server that we had to put on our own computers, and we did all of this other stuff with, and we had to code all of our own videos. A lot of fun. It didn't work very well, but what it did, we'd all hold our breath if we had something. We once put together a TV show where we could go back and forth to people talking, really cool. But and then it would freeze or something would happen. So I'm very happy with YouTube. On the other hand, Facebook makes it really simple to communicate. Unfortunately, it makes it really simple for, yeah, I don't know, just sort of creepy people that do weird things. I mean, it's like having your relatives there all the time. Oh boy. Is the internet's twilight zone, Mark? Yeah, it is a twilight zone. Oh, let's see. Has anyone heard anything about the older Moser 321 movements? What is it about a level 11 that you want to know? Oh, I mean, getting us to have some. I When I talked to, I finally got a communication from Mayan about that. I had left him a PM on Facebook, and he wasn't looking at his Facebook PMs. Like, I happen to watch mine because the little thing keeps popping up. But he said they didn't have any right now. If that's what we were talking about, was that it? Level 11. Oh, let's see. Hi, now, Shed. How's it going? Oh boy. So, well, the good thing is that now we've got a contact person and everything with Langenheim slash UWD. I don't know what they're going to call it. It's sort of Langenheim without Lang or Heim. And I know something. Maybe I ought to ask him. Starting this summer, which is just around the corner. It's already May 20th. They're Marco Lang is going to start announcing his new stuff. I wonder if it'd be worth contacting Marco and saying, "Hey, do we have a deal for you? This is what we want." I don't know. Hey, Roger, the Speedies have 321 movements. Are they the same? No, absolutely not. That I know for sure. 321. It's called the Moser. It's actually called a PF 321 for Parmigiani Fleurier, but other than the number, there's nothing. I've been looking at getting a Moser and was curious. The movement was decent. It wasn't going to be trouble. I'd heard somewhere that some of the older movements were problematic. You didn't hear it from me because I've got two of them. This one has been keeping perfect time. My other Moser, which is I got it because it was a Henry double hairspring. That's an amazing piece of technology. I've never had a watch that more watchmakers have wanted to look at and take a look at than my Moser double hairspring. When I went to the they had the thing, the Horological Society of New York had they had this workshop, this whole weekend workshop that I went to, and it was fabulous. That's all I gotta say. And we learned how to all of the tools we needed and how we took apart a 6498 and put it back together again so it was working. And we learned a lot of tricks and everything like that. And that was one watch. Wait, we want to see that double hairspring because there are not a lot of them, and they're incredibly cool. And because they're going like this, it sort of works like how on, I don't know if anyone of you flew or pilots taking off, we'd always have to give it right rudder because it wanted to go off this way, and so you just step on a rudder some and you do your, and then once you're in the air, you still got your torque, so you still give it some, then you set your tab and you can even it out. With two props, so going like this, they each offset the torque, and so you can go right down the center line without that problem. And that's the way a double hairspring works. You got one hairspring going one way and one going the other. And they had a chart and they showed how that thing kept it perfectly centered. The other thing that really helped was the Breguet, what do they call that coil? The Breguet coil. And you put that on there, and that'll also help straighten it out. And I had no idea. I mean, that there was that much on your balance wheel. It would leave the center point. Anyway, that's you had to ask me about a Moser movement. I'm sorry, everybody. I really like my Mosers, and they're really great. I also found out, I think we were talking about this yesterday or the day before, is that it has one of those what Strausman hairsprings, and the hairsprings are so popular that they become a major part of the H. Moser's businesses, because they have, like, you know, 15 1500, hang on a second, maybe 1500 watches a year that they're producing, and they want to go up to about 2000, I think. And yet they at one time it was, I think, maybe 20,000 hairsprings that they were making. But the last I heard, he said, well, we got about 100,000. So it's like, not only do they have good movements, they have elements of that movement that are so good that a lot of the other independent, really your top-notch ones, use it as well. You're helping your neighbor. Did he fall in one of the earthquake crevices, Lee, or right around fracking gold? Oh, the old ferry Gannett had a turboprop with two props on the nose. One went yeah, and that'll do the same thing. But that's an English airplane, isn't it? I mean, with a name like that, it's like wherever you have a hyphenated name, they're related somehow to royalty. Oh man. So what I'm going to do, we're waiting to hear from people. I'm just going to go ahead with my watch project, and it's always a good idea because once we get all the parts for this, we're going to have to put one together, and there's nothing like playing around with a watch to keep you in shape for that. Expect around $1,100. Woo, where's level 11? Oh, the service costs crazy with Moser. I don't know. I haven't had need to take mine in. One thing too is I got both of my Mosers new. Both of my FP Jorns, though, were pre-owned. And so when I sent them into service, I also had them do a complete overhaul. And the reason for that is sometimes you'll find a little part or something that's not quite right or worn in a way that you don't want it to be. This is especially true with the oh God, the spindle. I can't think of the name of it. The thing that's on the end of the crown, the stem. Stuff happens to the stem, and you wind the thing up, and it's got counter pressure against it, and so sometimes things can get a little something wrong with them or the parts around them. So if I had an older Moser as opposed to one that I bought new, I would definitely ask to have an overhaul. I mean, you can pay $1,100 for a service. An overhaul that shouldn't cost much more. Same thing with FP Jorn. If you have any good watch, really, I think and it's an older one or a pre-owned one, because with pre-owned, you'd have no idea what they took care of them or if they took care of them. And so I always like to get that done, some kind of service to them. And it was with a really top-notch watch, I would also have the overhaul done too. And it cost a little more, but not much more. I'll tell you one thing to avoid: don't have them polish platinum. it makes it nice and shiny, but it was like really expensive. It was like $500 just to have the polish the platinum. And I wouldn't take it to, some local jeweler who's been to, platinum polishing night school. You want if you have a really good watch, you want well trained and knowledgeable people working on it. Okay, yeah, I don't know what I'm giving lectures for. I sound like some Dutch uncle. Hey, Lee, what's up? You like my? Oh, hey, guess what? I just found out the other day. I got to get one. I can get a Johnny Cupcake mask, and I need one because I put on my other one. I went to the grocery store yesterday and put on those little ones, the white ones with white and blue ones, and my beard was sort of like, I don't want to. It looked like I had a big Band-Aid. Oh boy. Well, like I said, today was our last day of we opened today, I guess. I got to go down to the paint store and see if they're open. I have to get deck covering, a lot of little things like that I haven't done. And there's no way that I'm going to find a charger for my Dremel-like tool. So I'm going to have to tear up the garage to see if I can find it. So I got lots to do. I don't know about you guys. Hey, Orange Hand, what's going on? I'm in the camp of service when the watch shows signs of needing service. Yeah, I agree. If my watch starts acting funny, especially a really expensive one, in dogs who live in poor neighborhoods don't have much of a chance of seeing a vet, but other dogs do. All right. Well, the same is true with my collection. Some of my poor watches don't have much of a chance of getting sent in for $1,000 service, but my good ones do. And I don't know. It's so hard to find my watchmaker. I got to see my watchmaker, but maybe today I'll give them a call and see if they're back in business. This guy's 84 years old. If he got anywhere near COVID-19, he's not going to be my watchmaker anymore. I'm very worried about him. So those kinds of things going on. If it ain't broke, leave it, huh? Yeah, pretty much. Well, yeah, there's sometimes things are a little funny. Funny things will happen. On my FP Journe Chronomet Souverain, it had been out of service. I'd had service in 2017, and I think I don't know how many years you're supposed to have between service, but it wasn't in need of a normal service because it's part of a rotation. It's like I was wearing it every day, and the crown came loose, and with the crown, it's simply screwed on to the top of the stem, and so if you turn it one way, it'll come unscrewed, and the way you turn it, at least I do for clockwise setting, is started coming loose. And so I called the guy down there. I said, it's been a couple of years since I had service, but I don't wear it that much, maybe once a week or something. So with the amount of times that I wind it and so on and so forth. Anyway, he said, "Oh, let me see," and he talked for a while. And I said, I have some Loctite. And I said, "Can I put a drop of that in? Do you think that would help?" He said, "Absolutely." So that's what I did, and it's been fine. If you put Loctite in, let me tell you, I know how to do it right. What you do, if you ever have a problem with your crown coming loose, get some Loctite. You got to be careful of that stuff. Don't use it on everything, because if you do, it won't come undone. Geez, I got so much stuff here I didn't even know I had. There you go. I think. Here it is. Once you open up Loctite, Yeah, it's called Thread Locker. They have different colors. The kind that you want to get, it'll say right here, this is blue. You can't read it because there it is. Yeah, you want to get the for anything uh, you some lugs have little screws that go here. I have a couple watches like that, and uh, certain amount of Loctite can you just want to be super careful with this stuff. What I did, I turned the watch upside down like this, and I took a toothpick and I put some Loctite on the tip of the toothpick and just touched it inside the crown, and then I screwed it on, and then I left it upside down because I didn't want the Loctite running down into the works, and that thing has not had a problem with it since. And then when you wind it and you finish and it stops for the wind, give it another little twist. I did that when before the Loctite had totally set, so it was a real good fit in there. I don't take watches near water. Washing my hands, I do. That's about I've been doing that a lot too. The thing I worry about most, washing up isn't the watch. It's the band. Mess up my band. The Loctite in a watch equal heresy. Well, now wait a minute. Now, in getting it's not heresy in the crown. Okay, just to lock that now, and it's just blue Loctite, not the stuff that you can hold the Eiffel Tower together with. And beside, I'm a heretic anyway, Stefan, so it wouldn't matter. Yeah, don't use the red. Yeah, you'll glue your fingers together. I had to go around this for 3 years with that stuff, glued my fingers together. Okay, I swim with my Daytonas. Okay. I don't know why that sounds funny, swimming with Daytonas. Like I got one here and one here, and I put the other around my neck. That's funny. I know they have, Rolexes. If you drop your Rolex in a pool, you're probably in pretty good shape with their oyster clamps. But I don't. I wouldn't do it if I had a Rolex. I wouldn't take it in a pool. I wouldn't swim anywhere with it in any good watch. There's not only, well, of course, I have a lot of gator and leather bands, and so that's another reason I wouldn't take them in. But for a rubber band on a Rolex, I guess I wouldn't kid. Blue Loctite eats plastic also. Yeah, I know. I keep it away from plastic. This was just metal on metal is all. And it was just like the tip of a toothpick worth. It wasn't like when YouTuber says they remove their dress watches before watching their hands, I always wonder if they live in a barn. Oh, I don't know. Well, I I like what I do with that stuff. Um, Here it is. I got some of this Renovator, and it's sapphire or sapphire. This was highly recommended to me, and I put some on my watches, and I'm not sure about it. I like the Neatfoot oil, and I've used that for years, but someone said try this, and so I did, and mine on some of my iffy bands, it left sort of like it was sticky on it. What do you expect from Cupcake? What are you talking about? Okay, take it in the pool, into the ocean, and the sauna, and the beauty is having a Rolex. I don't know. The beauty of having a Rolex is going into the pool with it. Hey, look at I got a Rolex on in the pool and the sauna. Here you are with nothing but a towel and a Rolex, sweating it out in the sauna. I don't know. It's sort of like, oh, you know. Okay. Hey, Al, how you doing? Take it in the pool, into the ocean, into the sauna. It's the beauty of having a Rolex. Okay. Hey, Lee, I always take my watch off before washing up. You know, it's probably not a bad idea. I don't. But that, what do I, and like, what's his name said, like Lee said, what do you expect from a cupcake professor? I don't know. Anyone tried to remove smell like cologne from a leather? Huh. I tell you, put neat foot oil on it. That'll remove that'll remove everything. I don't know, huh. Why would somebody have cologne on their wrist? You know, I'm thinking, I guess it's one of the things that, when women put on perfume, dink and dink and dink and dink like that. Now, if you do that, maybe it's a good idea. I'll put some aftershave right here. Oh, all right. Okay, leave leather near vanilla pods or orange peels. Oh, that's a great idea. I like that idea, Al. Hey, do you hear that, everybody? Al's idea is that if you want to get the smell out, put it near an orange peel or a vanilla bean, and that'll help. That sounds like a great idea. I like ideas like that. A vanilla pod, yeah. Baking soda and sweeping it away after a few hours. Yeah, that'll do it too. Baking soda. Leave it on when traveling. That's one thing at night. A lot of people, I take my watches off at night. I have a friend with a Fitbit, and he leaves it on at night. And apparently, Fitbit tells you how much sleep you've had, so on and so forth. Well, look, guys, I tell you, we're sort of, yeah. Hey, Dominic, Neutron Industries has an odor eliminator, best ever. Okay, that's another one. That's good to know. So you got a stinky watch, you can get an orange or Neutron, something like that. Got to run. Thanks, guys. Stay safe, and as soon as I find out more, I'll let you know. Bye for now.